Hello and welcome to this edition of Diaspora Central Spotlight. I am Gil Ingles, and with me today in the studio today, ladies and gentlemen, is Diaspora finest MixMaster Deejay, MixMaster Brown. Welcome to Diaspora Central. The turntable surgeon is in the building.
My man Gil, thank you so much. It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure to be here.
Master of the cut.
I try.
Indeed. Man, congratulations. Let me start right here. Okay. And I say congratulations due to the following. Very few of you, when I'm talking about DJs, individuals that have actually taken African music at the time when it would not play on mainstream radio, pumped it on nightclubs that at times wouldn't even be given the attendance or the respect that needed to be had. And today we're looking at AfroBeats as the flagship of pop music.
You're right.
Deejay MixMaster Brown. Congratulations, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. It's been a long ride.
Indeed.
You know, filled with lots of downs, down ups.
Yeah.
You know, looking back now, I laugh about it because I know there were so many things that we did just to survive in the industry because nobody was giving us that attention, both locally or internationally. Because back then in Africa, people would rather play, you know, the Western music.
Indeed.
You know, they prefer that to the local music. So it was kind of hard, you know, fighting with your own people and then the outside world. But look at us now. Yeah, we can all smile.
Indeed. Yeah. Now, and a lot of times it's when I talk about the vision, when I talk about vision, identity, right, heritage. That's why a lot of times people fail to realize. It's like you don't come to appreciate some of the things that happen back home or that gone back home until you actually out here.
True.
Because you're looking from a different lens and a different perspective.
Correct.
Right? The mindset shifts. Ownership of the narrative becomes a primary source of comfort versus just following or going with the wind.
That's true.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just don't know what you got till you lose it, though.
Yeah.
You know, so that's life.
Indeed.
That's life.
Yeah. Now, an entrepreneur. So today we're going to have this conversation because we know that, sir, it does not just start with you. It comes from somewhere. There had to be people that were influential in your life that helped you get to where you gotten, whether with the parents, school teachers, friends, wife, girlfriend, children.
For me, it's really easy. It's not anything I need to crack my brain about.
Yeah.
I was fortunate to have a sibling, my big sister, who saw that I had some talent in me. And she made sure I had all the equipment I needed, even when I did not even know how to use them.
Wow.
You know, and funny enough, let me make you laugh a little. The same sister I am talking about, when I was in high school, you know, so I stayed with her all through my high school period.
Got you.
So when we had like events in school, everybody like, oh, then they just called me Brown. Yeah, I had no title attached to my name. Like, oh, go get Brown. Brown would, you know, come play at your event, even events in school. And then I would go home and steal my sister's home equipment. I would take her home speakers, you know. Then it was cassette tapes, you know, on cartridges that we played there. It wasn't CDs, it wasn't MP3. So I would steal them, the equipment. I would take it to the venue. I would DJ them. This same sister I'm talking about was the same. Of course, she would find out a few once or twice, and I would get into trouble. She would ground me, she would scold me. But she still loved me. She knew I had it in me. And
Indeed.
she bought me my first DJ mixer. I will never forget. It was a Gemini PMX.
Oh, wow.
I still have it in my head.
Yeah.
It was from the 80s.
Yeah.
You know, and then she didn't stop there. She also introduced me to a DJ who was famous back then. He's been DJing right from the 70s, I believe.
Okay.
His name is DJ Manix.
Gotcha.
I actually spoke with him 2 days ago.
Wow.
Yes, we still stay in touch. He's in the UK now. So she introduced me to him. She just gave me a note and said, hey, just go see this guy. Tell him you're from me. Whatever you need, he will put you through. And the guy did a fantastic job.
Wow.
You know, started from the basics. He didn't just let me start DJing. He taught me the basics.
Mentorship.
Yeah, mentorship.
Wow.
He taught me how to take care of records, how to connect equipment.
Yeah.
It took me about 2-3 months before he now started showing me the basics of mixing.
Gotcha.
And so that's what really helped me.
Yeah.
You know, I started from the bottom, and
now you're at the top.
I don't know about the top, but
yeah. No, you are.
I'm happy where I am.
Yeah, no, you are at the top. Trust you and me, you are at the top. And when I say you are at the top, is because it's not even just you. See, it's a whole community of diasporans, DJs today who can celebrate this moment, because it sounds and it feels good when you driving down the road and all of a sudden you hear this Afrobeat song coming in on mainstream radio. I still check myself to see if I accidentally go to my own playlist, or whether and that is good. That is a good thing, man. Listen, all I can say is thank you.
Well,
thank you. Yeah.
Well, you're welcome. I'm not gonna take all the credit.
Indeed.
I know what you're trying to say.
Indeed.
You know, for some of the DJs who pushed from back then.
Indeed.
I am one of them. So thank you, and also thank you to my other colleagues too, who we had it tough. I'll be honest. We had it really tough.
Yeah.
There were times that we had to convince some other DJs who were not in support of the. Well, to some extent, I don't blame them that much, because Africans were making music, but they were not making good music, to be honest with you. Not all of them.
Right.
Okay. I mean, apart from the senior ones like the Hugh Masekela, the Fela, Nicolas Bokuti, those are the big ones. Yeah. But the younger ones were not making good music.
Urban music was not
exactly.
there yet.
So some DJs didn't buy the idea.
Right.
But some of us had to convince them.
Indeed.
We had to convince them, like, look, if you do not get on it right now, these people will never make it. We still do it up to today.
Yeah.
I rather support an upcoming artist than a known artist. And this is my explanation. Yeah. If you're already blown, there's nothing I can do for you. Right. There's nothing else I can do for you. Yeah. But those up and coming, they need all the help they can get.
Indeed.
So
yeah. Now let's get on the sense of creativity, because that's one of the things that can get stale real fast. And of course, I mean, you've been DJing for quite a minute. You've seen going from cassette from albums, cassette to albums, to CDs, to mini disc, right?
You know what? I forgot about mini disc.
Right. To mini disc, and then from mini disc to MP3s, right? And now
cloud.
Right, cloud. And cloud is no longer MP3. Now it's like streaming music with the highest quality possible, because the MP3 was still compressed. Yeah. And you've seen that. And when it comes to that, of course, the quality and the creativity of the artist counts a lot. In your opinion, what do you think that breaking point, or that push that tilted the needle right over when it came to African music was?
That's a tough one, because I think it took various things.
A lot of pushes.
Yeah, not just one thing, but I want to say I was still in Nigeria when African music started getting to the mainstream.
Right.
And I was in Nigeria, to be precise. There were some companies, some corporate organizations that started pumping money into music. I don't know if I can call names.
Yeah, you can call names. Yeah, this is real stories here.
Yeah. Okay. We had companies like British American Tobacco, makers of Benson and Hedges cigarettes.
Yeah.
We had Nigerian breweries, makers of some beer, Star, Gulda, and stuff like that. They were having events, road shows, and then Benson and Hedges had this event called Grab the Mic. I think it was Grab the Mic and later changed to Golden Tones, or it was Golden Tones and later changed to Grab the Mic. And guess what? That was how P Square emerged. That's how people got to know about P Square. For example, P Square won one of the competitions in 2001 because they used to have this annual band competition and DJ competition. Before then, P Square used to be in Jos, Plateau State is a state in Nigeria, trying to grind, trying to do things, make things happen. And then when they came to Jos, they decided to get into the competition. And from the competition, they moved to the next level. They moved to the next level. At the national level, they won.
Yeah.
And then part of the deal was to give them a contract, a recording deal, blah, 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 money and everything.
Yeah.
And that's how the world got to know about P Square. So then I also started working with P Square as their official DJ.
Right.
So that's just one aspect of it. Yeah. The people that pumped money into it because they believed in it.
Yeah.
And then I also want to say the people, Africans, now start having a second thoughts. Initially they didn't like what they were hearing.
Right.
Because you would go to the club. As a DJ, I would go to the club. I'm trying to sneak in one African song. And the people are like, oh, no, we don't want to hear this song. Can you play one, let me say, some rapper.
Anything
not
African.
Not African.
Yeah.
And you'd be like, okay, well, you know why? This music is not for me, it's for them. So I got to play what they want to hear. Yeah. But sometimes we always find a way to sneak in something.
One or two
in there. Yeah. So the people start having to change their mind. That's the second option, I think.
Yeah.
And then I think we, as the artists, started listening to the foreign artists, and some of them started trying to be like them.
Yeah.
Let me tell you why they started want to be like them, because the people wanted to hear foreign music.
Yeah, something new.
Something new, not our traditional music. So they started trying to sound like them. Just to get the people's attention. It's changed now.
Indeed.
It has changed now.
Indeed.
Because now we have arrived.
Right.
So now they're trying to showcase the actual Afrobeats, the culture into the music.
Right.
So those are just a few things that I think tilted Afrobeats this way.
Over.
And then let's not shy away from the fact that I like to give people credit. The media houses too.
Yeah.
The media houses helped.
Indeed.
Yes, because not as much as I think they were charging a lot of money from this up-and-coming artists.
Yeah.
Because I always tell them, look, I don't know how much any artist, up-and-coming artist, is going to pay you.
Right.
Why charge in the first place?
It never made sense. Believe it or not, it never made sense to me. That's the reason why I started this platform.
You see?
Right? Every single platform in the diaspora that I've ever been involved in has been a platform that did not charge the artists or the guests. Because of the following reason: we cannot get ourselves up if we're holding ourselves down based on cost. It just does not work.
Correct.
Yeah, it does not work. It's impossible to do.
Why are they up and coming? The reason why they're up and coming is because they got nothing.
Exactly.
They need help.
Let's build it up. Let's build it up. It's been my concept.
I always tell people, this is my 35th year in DJing or DJing.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm actually celebrating my 35th anniversary this year.
Man, we got to do a big celebration.
I'm going to send you an invitation.
Yes, sir. I'll be there.
Yeah,
I'll be there. I'll definitely be there. Yeah.
I tell people, I challenge any artist, if I have ever asked for money to promote your song, say it.
Yeah.
Nobody has ever said it.
And that's the next accolade that I was going to give to you. Because I have had 3 people, as I'm doing the pre-production and the research for the show. Once I mentioned that I was trying to get MixMaster Brown, they said, you know what? That's a great great individual to get on the show. And I told myself, I said, you know what? I'm going to do the first show with MixMaster Brown, and we're just going to talk. And then I'm going to do a spotlight, which will be a 1-hour show, really, just to talk about your history, because you're pioneering. And one of the things that kept on coming back from every individual that I spoke to about you was the fact that you never charged them. At times, you even do their gigs and you ask for nothing. And to me, that's respect. That's a thank you on behalf of the entire community, because that's the tribe that we need to build, where we can actually empower those who are trying to come up. Yeah. Because the mindset of trying to milk dry the one person who's probably able to do something, it becomes null, because then nobody goes up, nobody moves, nobody does anything. It's like it just makes no sense. So really, on behalf of everyone in the community, thank you for being that individual. Thank you for taking that initiative of honestly promoting, supporting artists as you do.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
And I ain't stopping till...
There you go.
I can't no more.
and that's what it is, and that's the way it needs to be. Yeah. But let's go ahead and take a quick break so we can go ahead and take a look at some of the content that you got going on out there, because after all, it is MixMaster Brown. Yes. One of the ultimate, and I say, top DJs in the diaspora. We'll be right back. And we're back. If you just joined us, you're now tuned into Diaspora Central Spotlight. With me today in the studio, it's the pioneer, MixMaster Brown. DJ, we're talking about selector here. He's not any kind of guy. No, we're talking about selector. Man that has backed up names like P Square. Has now given birth to a company in the United States that is also supporting artists, music. It's actually a media company, a studio. Tell us more about that venture that you have going on.
Okay. Mm-hmm. I have a lot going on, but while I was in Nigeria, I've always wanted to have a media house on a smaller scale, not big one. Yeah. So I actually moved to the U.S. in 2006, and first thing that came to my mind was, oh, finally, you're in a place where you have steady internet, steady power, because that's, discouraged me.
Infrastructure.
Yes. Yeah. I couldn't do that in Nigeria because the cost of running something like that would be. So in 2008, it took me 2 years to set up a company called AfriJamz. And the reason why it's AfriJamz is African jams means music. And I started an online radio. It was, the first thing was AfriJamz Radio. And then what made it different was when I came in, I told people I needed DJs on the radio station. Right. And guess what? Most of the DJs I knew were not based in Florida because I was in Florida then. I had some friends in Maryland, had some in New York, had some here in Houston, Texas, all over the place. And they were like, we can't be coming to Florida for stuff like this.
Indeed.
So guess what I did? I started remote DJing.
Wow.
In 2008. So I had DJs anywhere, even in Nigeria, they connect to the studio and then people listen to them live. And then we started doing video too. So instead of just hearing
audio,
their voices, you could also watch them while they're doing their thing. But people didn't know they were from different places. They thought they were in the studio.
All in the same place.
All in the same place. Wow. So after a while, to be honest with you, the online radio thing wasn't getting as interesting. It wasn't as interesting as I thought, and then it was hard to get sponsorship, people to support. And then that was when I decided to open a whole social media with the AfriJamz. So we now opened. It was like I got the idea from MySpace.
There you go.
So it was the African version of MySpace. So we're doing AfriJamz. People would log in, listen to African music. I made sure I reached out to some African artists for them to sign up and upload their music.
Indeed.
And they were doing that. We're still doing it, but Facebook will not let us breathe.
Licensing is not a joke.
Instagram will not let us breathe. So we're still there. Then the newest one was something for my DJs.
Right.
I opened the DJ record pool.
Okay.
Where any DJ, you could be from anywhere. You could be Hispanic, you could be from the Caribbean, white, black.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, I think that is the oldest African DJ record pool because the only music we have at the record pool is African music.
Yeah.
So some DJs back then who did not have access to African music, but they've been hearing about Whiskey, Davido, P Square.
Yeah.
How do we get the music? Go to DJ2download.com.
Gotcha.
And so that's how DJ to Download came about, and we're still doing well.
Yeah.
Most DJs log into DJ to Download to get the African music.
Indeed.
Now, while that is going on, I decided to start a podcast station.
Yeah.
So I have a couple of shows I do on YouTube. I do which level.
Yeah, you can plug the shows. It's your opportunity right here. Plug the shows. Yes, sir. Let's go.
I do which level. Which level is about picking maybe controversial topics. What's going on, in the community. It could be here in America. It could be in Africa, but something Africans can relate to.
Indeed.
And then we have a panel.
Yeah.
Myself, 3 other people, a comedian,
Indeed.
a photographer.
There you go.
Saying stuff from different perspectives.
There you go.
And then back to music again. I have another podcast, another show, which focuses on artists. Okay. And guess what the title is? Focus.
Wow.
So what I do is I bring in an artist into the studio, and then everything about the show is about the artist.
About the artist. Got you.
The only voice you hear on the show is the artist.
Yeah.
So the question flashes on the screen, the artist answers. So he hosts the show. He's hosting himself. He's closing the show.
Yeah.
So that show is called Focus. All the shows can be found on either DJ MixMaster Brown on YouTube or AfriJamz TV on YouTube.
Got you.
Pretty much that's what I've been doing now.
At some point, you got to get me in there as a guest. You got to get some media in there.
Sure, definitely. You know why? Because we're trying to get things from different perspectives. Because the way you would look at it, it's different. The way an artist is going to look at music is different from the way an MC is going to look at music.
Definitely.
So everybody's going to come and want to say how they see it.
Yes.
And the advantage of that is that I get to see things through your own eyes.
Indeed.
So maybe in the past I used to see you as a difficult person.
Yeah.
I wonder, why is this guy so difficult?
Right. And
but now you're telling me, what you're going through.
Right.
I'm like, oh my bad. I'm sorry for seeing you like
Never
that.
thought.
So that's what I've been doing for some time now.
No, and that is definitely a good thing. And then of course you are the pulse of this city. Houston, Texas knows who you are. You are not only a pioneer, you're the pulse of the city. People saying, now let me tell you why. I won't say the name because I didn't ask them if I could mention. They told me, because I was like, so who do you listen to when you're looking for African music? And they said, there's an African DJ MixMaster Brown. said, oh, okay. Interesting enough, when I asked them if they knew where you were from, they thought that you were from Cameroon.
Oh, wow. I like that.
Right. But this person is actually someone that also started to inject music into mainstream radio. Right.
Okay.
Yeah. So people listen, people follow, and a lot of times they may not even show. Yeah.
You're right.
Indeed. But they do. And the work is definitely showing itself. Now, if there is something that the community right now needs to do in order to better improve the state of diaspora artists, music, shows, what would that be?
Some people might not like to hear this, but I've given this a serious thought, and thanks for asking this question.
Yes, sir.
I think we should begin to support the local artists. Like I said earlier, there's very little I can do for an artist like Wizkid.
Right.
Very little. What can I do for someone like that?
Yeah.
He's already up there. You know, sometimes when we have events, people don't want to come and show support because there is no big name attached to it. To some extent, I kind of understand. I feel everybody needs to make sacrifices for things to get better at the end of the day. Right. I'm sure they want to get their money's worth. You know, that's why they want a big name.
Right.
I get it. But you see, when we keep attaching such sentiments to stuff like that, our local artists here will suffer.
Yeah, big time.
They will suffer. I had a show last year. I tagged it, the Nigerian music concert.
Okay.
Now, what I was trying to achieve there was to use local artists. There was no big Nigerian name.
Right.
All the artists I featured were Nigerian artists, okay?
Right.
But from all parts of the U.S.
Gotcha.
But they were locally based, not from Nigeria.
So diaspora, we're talking about diaspora artists.
You know, it was good. It was good.
Yeah.
But I think there were some things that I could have done better, you know, to make it more, you know, successful.
Indeed.
So to answer your question, I think we should begin to give our local artists more support.
Yeah.
Because the artists we're supporting now from Africa, the reason why they're popular is because they got local support from their base.
Yeah.
So if we don't support us here, we're going to be having problems.
Definitely.
So the first thing I would say would be support.
Yeah.
Local acts.
Yeah.
Not just artists, any art.
Yeah.
It could be a musician, it could be an MC, it could be, you know, let's just support ourselves.
Indeed, definitely. Now, you actually have an initiative coming up this year also. Tell us a little bit about it. You have a show coming up this summer?
I'm involved with a lot of shows.
Yeah, let's talk about the Wazobia one.
Okay, the Wazobia one. Okay.
Or any other show that you want to, any initiative in all honesty.
That's like I said, I have a lot going on right now. But let's start with the Wazobia one because that's probably the one coming up July 13th. Wazobia is an African store here in Houston, Texas. Right. The owner, I met the owner while he was working with another store. And we became friends. Yeah. And how did we become friends? I think sometimes maturity has a way of finding itself. Wow. You know, you meet somebody you've never met before, and then all of a sudden it clicks. Right. Just by uttering one word, good morning, good afternoon. That's it. It just clicks. You don't need to say much. And ever since then, we've been friends. Yeah. And then he told me about this program, Fun Fair. Yeah. And I asked him, what do you mean? He says, look, he wants to begin to give back to the community. And then there's really no point. You're making money from the community. You're not putting something back to the community. And that's how it came about, the Fun Fair. Yeah. And this year would be the 11th edition. We had the 10th one last year. Wow. And it was big. Yeah. We had Babatunde, one of Houston's finest entertainers.
Yes.
He was the lead. I think we're also featuring Babatunde this year because Babatunde has been consistent.
Yeah.
And the reason why a lot of people kind of like Babatunde and his band is because of the infusion of the local flavor.
Yes.
It's not just Afrobeat. Right. I think Babatunde is an example of an original Afrobeat artist.
Yeah, he's a world music guy. He and his band plays at 100 at all times.
Correct.
These guys don't come in.
Correct.
Messing up. No, they at 100.
I love Babatunde. Yeah. He's always number one on my list. If anybody asks me, hey, I need this, I need that, I need this, Babatunde would always be number one on my list. And then name the other ones.
Right.
So what he's trying to do now is entertain people.
Yeah.
Provide fun, food, games. Yeah. He gives out money, prizes and stuff like that.
Support the community.
Support the community. Indeed. So we're doing that one on July 13th. Okay, and then I have one this Sunday.
Okay. One coming up soon.
Yeah, it's the MCPC comedy banquet.
Yes. Where he brings the comedians. From also he's also another consistent individual.
There you go.
Yes,
when it comes to comedy and entertainment. Yes. So we have one this Sunday. It's going to be at Ava Center. And then we're going to have Maleke. He's an artist from Nigeria.
Right.
Jedi, Wamilele, a bunch of other acts, and myself, of course, I'll be DJing there.
There you go.
I'm also planning my 35th anniversary for, it's going to be 35th year on stage.
Okay.
I'm not going to give too much information out at this point, but
it's coming.
It's coming. It's coming. It's this year, and I'm not going to miss it.
Yeah.
It's going to be big.
Okay.
It's going to be big because any opportunity I get to celebrate, I will celebrate it because I think I have paid my dues.
You have.
There were so many crap that we had to take.
Yeah.
I know some people are like, oh, he sounds arrogant. I don't think I am arrogant. I think I'm just trying to say it like it is.
Yeah.
We went through hell.
Yeah. Put up with a lot.
A lot of, sticking fingers in your eyes. No money,
Yeah.
So yes, I'm going to celebrate it big, and I already have a few artists, some friends that are going to come into Houston to come and celebrate. As a matter of fact, some people say, hey, Brown, you don't need to do anything.
Right.
We just we're going to come and do everything for
chill
you.
With
just
you. Right.
chill and enjoy the show. We're going to celebrate you.
There you go.
And of course, them crazy comedians say they're going to come roast me.
So it's part of the game.
I'm looking forward to that one. The dates will be announced soon.
Cool.
Yeah.
And for people that want additional information on MixMaster Brown, where would they go?
Oh, well, I would always say, people would say social media. Social media for me is secondary.
Yeah.
I want people to always check out my website because my website has more information. Social media has this short attention span. People just get there 1 second and they're out of there.
Yeah.
So you might even have something that people don't see it.
Indeed.
But my website, DJMixMasterBrown.com.
Yeah.
DJMixMasterBrown.com. You're going to find everything about me, my history, everything before I became a DJ, and then after that time.
Cool.
And then if you're the social media type, you can catch me on Instagram.
Yeah.
It's at MixMaster Brown.
There you go.
I am on Facebook at I am DJ MixMaster Brown.
There you go.
I am DJ MixMaster Brown.
There you go. So DJ MixMaster Brown, thank you for coming through, man. It's been a great pleasure. You got to make me one promise that you're actually coming in because I want to do a profile on you. It's you have a lot of know-how, a lot of history that we need to really do, and we cannot do that on a spotlight. The spotlight is not enough.
Say no more. I'm here. I'm here, man. I'm in Houston. You, and I also want to say thank you for actually inviting me here.
No,
letting me share some of my experiences, some of my stories with everybody.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure. I've known you for quite some time, and I know you've told me about this due to one or two things. I'm just happy that we're able to get to this part. So
thank you.
Moving forward from here will be much easier.
Thank you, indeed. And remember, this is home for you. So at any point in time, honestly, feel welcome to. If there's anything that Diaspora Central can do to support any initiatives that you got going on, trust you me, just let me know. We'll definitely do that, because I believe that we are definitely the same tribe and working for the same mission.
Definitely.
Indeed. So, and for those of you that took time out of your busy schedules to listen to this program, remember that at the end of the day, it's about supporting each other, supporting each other. A lot of times, it does not need to have a currency transaction. That currency could be friendship also. So until next time, remember, the one right next to you. Peace.